Question 4. What's the one thing you learned that you want to share with us? I knew from the very beginning there were a lot of female readers. I remember I received this really long message from a 20-year-old who shared with me how she felt insecure and basically like she doesn't know if she was on the right career path, whether, you know, and she really saw me as her role model. So if there's one thing I want to share with you guys, and that is to stay true to who you are, to be really brave and tell the world, this is me. This is what I stand for, and this is my voice. And even though that, like, I think for most Asian upbringing, we are not very much encouraged to speak our mind or say, you know, this is what I really stand for. But I really think that if there's one lesson I have learned in this first 44 years of my life, and especially I had this struggle when I started school, because I wasn't sure, like, is what I'm going to say have an audience, and is what I'm championing about has a market. I mean, after all, maybe I'm already outdated, right? And I'm nobody when I started. But the truth is, the more you put yourself out there, the more you project your voice, the more confidence you will gain. And actually, I had made the same mistake as pretty much everybody when we started LinkedIn, that I was very insecure and I wasn't there to put myself more in the open. But what I learned is that there were a few newsletters I actually broke my own self-censorship, and those are exactly the newsletter that get me a lot of exposure. And when I talked to my marketing coach Sean Lim recently, like since late last year, he told me the same thing that I found myself, that in today's world, in this very noisy, very, you can say, like chaotic, messy world, the only thing that people will know you is through your authentic voice. And I'm not speaking this just as an entrepreneur, but also just if you are an employee. I attended this session from a lady from Dubai. She used to work for TV network, and she got a lot of invitation to all these events because of the brand she's carrying. But one day, when she was laid off, she suddenly realized that she doesn't get those invitations anymore. And people just, you know, suddenly, like, people who were around her in the past all seem to have disappeared. And that's the moment she realized that personal branding is such an important asset, even if you want to continue work in the corporate world. I don't know if everybody watching this video is from a tech sales role, but even if you are not, what I want to share with you is start projecting your voice on LinkedIn. Start sharing what you think is important, because these things will compound over time, and there may be a moment when you reach your 40s and suddenly you are out of job, And then you will realize that all these things you have been putting on LinkedIn, they are actually your asset. They are your invisible asset. And I have already seen several cases of people using this asset to either find a good job or opportunities that they never thought of just coming to them. Yeah. So that is the one thing I'm going to leave with you for this Q&A session.